I'm Josie Ferrandino, and I'm going to introduce you to your new best friend in interior decorating, an eye for art. We all have that special piece of art, whether it be a print from your most recent trip or a piece of fridge art. We all have something in our home we'd love to put on display, but finding pieces that pair well can be difficult. You might start by going to any art buying website and using their built-in tools to search by color or style, but you're still left with hundreds of options to choose from, and none of them were recommended with your exact item in mind. You could also hire an interior designer, but that can get expensive. And so I developed an eye for art. When you go to the website, you're prompted to upload an image. My 3-year-old daughter made this really great painting with her name in bold color block letters. I'd love to find pieces that complement it. The product then returns pieces of art that share similar features and thus provides you with items to build a cohesive gallery wall. By my eye, these items pair together. The color blocking is featured in the first piece, the letter motif is picked up in the next two items, and the red color is picked up in the mixed media piece. Best of all, it only took me a few seconds to find complementary pieces. Then you can then link on the items to buy. So how does it work? I started by scraping images from Minted.com, an art buying website. I then hand-labeled a subset of images into 6 groups. These groups were selected for 2 reasons. 1, they represented the bulk of images sold on Minted.com, and 2, each group contained similar features. As art can contain multiple features, items are grouped based on the most dominant feature element. For example, the architecture group has strong hard lines and corners. The art with word features letters and word patterns. The water group has soft wave patterns. The flower group features clustering, both of petals and flowers. The abstract group features undefined or fuzzy edges, and the plant group features elongated items such as leaves or branches grouped together. Your art recommendations are ultimately going to be based on features such as these from your input image. I then use the labeled data to retrain the VGG16 model, which is a popular image classification model trained on a large database. I selected this model because the architecture is comparatively simple to break down. It's made up of a series of convolution layers to summarize features, pooling layers to downsample the generated feature maps, and at the top of the model are dense, fully connected layers that categorize the image. Through Google Colab and using the Keras Python package, I used transfer learning to retrain the top 3 layers of the model with my database images. To avoid overtraining the model, I added dropout layers, which forced the model to learn from sparse input and in turn allowed me to have a more generalizable model. This was done in an effort to accommodate a potential range of user input images. This resulted in an accuracy of 81% and an F1 score of 0.8, with 1 being perfect precision and recall. As my overarching goal was to identify similar features and not necessarily category of art, I found that the accuracy of this model fit my needs. With one of the top layers from the trained model, I was able to pull out a feature array for each piece of art in my database. These arrays were then used to create a feature space so that the differences between images could be quantified as the distance between image features. The 3 closest items to the user image were selected to represent items that shared similar features. For the final product, we get a gallery wall built around the features identified in your personal piece of art, which provides me with much more cohesion than if I had searched by red and typography, the closest categories to the original image, and selected the top 3 returns. I'm Josie Ferrandino, a doctoral candidate in rehabilitation and movement science at the University of Texas. I enjoy taking my kids around Austin and working out with my husband.